Nugs and 4, baby.
Better than Suns and 4. What's up, boys?
What up?
What up, homie?
Off screen. Like, what's going on here?
I'm getting
my shoulder.
I'm getting the talk going.
So what happened here is he was decapitated, and he doesn't have a head anymore.
Facts.
And I apologize. What I should have said to start the show off is, what's cracking, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Too soon?
Good old Groob. Good old Groob. When the goalie you let walk takes you out. It's pretty good.
All right. We are live on TikTok. Everyone on TikTok, welcome to the boys.
The boys.
All right.
And first of all, it is much easier for us to see your comments over here on YouTube. Link is in the bio. Come join us over here. Drop a comment. We would love to chat.
Absolutely. All right. So since we've established what's cracking, hey, I'm James. That's Jimothy, and there's Joe over there on the end. And he's pointing to both of us, but does he know which one he's pointing to?
Both of you.
Yeah, but no, do you know which finger is pointing to which one of us?
I don't know if I'm mirrored or not. So I'm gonna say this is Joe.
You're correct.
Let's go. Starting off strong, baby. Normally I don't like this game.
I'm gonna guess and say that's you.
Nope.
Okay, so I'm not mirrored?
Apparently. That's me.
Wait. On my screen, I'm pointing at Jimmy. Am I pointing at Jimmy?
You're pointing at me.
You're pointing at Jim. We're both
Okay.
Emphasis on the eyes, guys. Emphasis on the eyes.
Okay.
Yeah, see, we've just established you've always been the one that's messed up.
Or you were messed up and you fixed yourself.
No. I just know which way to correctly point.
Should we start off with the sad stuff, guys? What do you guys think?
Sure.
I suppose.
In fact, guys, what is cracking?
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I got.
They played a great 7 games, man. They found a way to score first in all 7 of them, which is absolutely wild, but they did it. Kudos to them.
You know what? Kudos. And I saw you guys alternated games the whole time. Seattle won, you won, Seattle won, you won, like all the way through, right? Like it was 1-1, 2-2, 3-3.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's impressive in itself. That's impressive in itself. Yeah, it is a great. Let's not get too sad. Let's just appreciate that we've seen between the NBA, which we'll talk about later, and hockey. It's been wonderful playoffs. It's been incredible. Like I know the first hockey game I watched was Tampa Bay getting blown out 9-3, but we don't have to talk about that game. We can talk about the fact that Tampa had a lead in every single game, late in the third, and blew it. That's essentially that's the series. They should have won. They were better than the Maple Leafs. I actually believe that. I don't know if you guys believe that. I think they were better than the Maple Leafs. It just the puck doesn't happen.
Yeah, I believe they were better than the Maple Leafs, just like I believe the Avs are better than the Kraken, but they won the series.
You know what? Well, let's not be sad. Let's just be glad we're not Boston. You have the best record ever, and you blow a 3-1 lead. Where have we heard that before?
Yeah.
A 3-1 lead to the that's my team, Florida Panthers. I'm just a Florida guy through and through. Love the Lightning, love the Panthers. Soft spot for the Panthers. They drafted me in NHL 2K19, I think it was. They drafted me there. I play forward. I mean, I score like
Legend.
6 goals a game. But
Legend.
yeah, I score 6 goals a game.
Wait,
on, like,
you're a big Florida guy, but you're wearing some Detroit gear?
Oh yeah, I gotta
all
show
Detroit
support
gear.
to. I gotta show support to the best friends sometimes, you know. And I figured like the last 3 weeks we've all been wearing blue, so why not keep it going? Plus, this hat
Yeah.
is sick as hell.
Yeah, that's true.
This
I
is
got
a
some
dope
blue
ass
in
hat.
there. We got some blue in there.
This is a dope ass hat.
That makes me halfway want to transition to something, but I don't know if you guys want to do that or not.
What are we transitioning to?
You do
What
you,
the
boo-boo.
hell? What the hell is Detroit doing with the draft?
And that was talking hockey.
That was hockey talk.
Okay, but they drafted a linebacker and a running back in the first round. Like, draft value chart does not support that, but I love it. But what are they doing?
I mean,
They just
Was
have
Swift
umpteen
before,
million
after, or
players.
during the trade? Or during the draft?
during
During.
it was almost like right after the first round, or like the news cracked. Like
It was after they drafted Jameer Gibbs.
yeah, they drafted Gibbs, and I think the Eagles had drafted their second Georgia guy. And I think it was when they drafted their third Georgia guy, the cornerback. What's his name?
Well, they
Whatever.
take 5 or 6 in the last 2 years.
They've taken 5, and then DeAndre Swift also was with Georgia. Which I love DeAndre Swift. That actually shocked me because as soon as they drafted Gibbs, I was like, okay, DeAndre Swift is going to get traded. Obviously, it's obvious. You pick up David Montgomery. There's no reason to really have 3 starting running backs because you drafted your rookie. You're going to want to use them. But DeAndre Swift is young. He's been hurt a lot, so maybe that was also part of it. But they got rid of him for a 5th round pick next year. I think it was. Like that's just legit a chip out of a bag of Doritos. Just one Dorito.
I mean,
The
but
cheese off the sandwich.
it's also a running back that his deal's got to be coming up to expiring here soon, right?
He's 24.
Yeah, but he wasn't a first round pick, so he doesn't have a 5th-year option.
Yeah.
So it's got to be coming to an end, and you don't want to pay second contract money to a running back. So I mean, I guess I understand it.
Especially one that, unfortunately, when he's on, he's good. But when he's hurt, he's just hurt so much.
Yeah. So I mean, I understand it. I was kind of surprised they didn't get a wide receiver earlier.
I mean, they got one before the Titans, which the Titans need. That's their biggest need, right? I think we can agree with that, right?
The
Their
Titans,
the Titans.
offensive line. Their line is trash.
They also have no skill position players. They have Robert Woods. Oh, they don't even have Woods, do they? Yeah,
Well, last year they drafted Trayvon Burks in the first round.
Yeah. So they have two wide receivers.
Yeah, who's their offensive line?
I mean, yeah, I understand draft. I understand I'll draft offensive line. So offensive line and wide receiver then, because their defense wasn't terrible.
I don't really think they have a second unit. I don't like their linebacker core. Safeties aren't bad.
Mm-hmm.
Corners aren't horrendous. Defensive line's pretty good.
Yeah. So they got a solid defense. It's not the best, but it's not like But they drafted a wide receiver in the 7th round, and that's it.
It was also not the best wide receiver class, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, but this is also the same team who got rid of AJ Brown for
Nichols.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tennessee
needs to tear it down and rebuild. The problem is I don't know that Vrabel wants to do that.
Also, random thing. I think it was announced today. Vrabel is being inducted into the Patriots Hall of Fame, like the Ring of Honor thing.
Right on.
the man who ended Tom Brady's career in New England. Isn't that ironic? A guy that Brady played with it was Vrabel's entire career, wasn't it? Obviously, and then Vrabel's a coach on the Titans when the Titans knock off the Patriots, and effectively Tom Brady's last game as a Patriot.
Vrabel wasn't before Tom?
I'm pretty sure they were together. Vrabel's not that much older. Because Vrabel was on the early 2000s Super Bowls.
Yeah, but he's 47.
And Brady's 45.
Yeah, but Brady didn't start as a rookie.
Yeah, but he started as a second-year guy.
Yeah.
But I'm 90% positive that the Vrabel's touchdowns that he caught when he would do the tight end thing were from Brady.
Yes, absolutely. But it was more you saying since he got there. I was like, I feel like Vrabel had to come like a year or two before him. Jesus, bud.
Terrible podcasting.
But
he did the wrong thing.
I don't know. I don't hate how the Titans are going about it. I almost wonder if Vrabel isn't going to be there for much longer, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I get a sense that he's kind of done with the organization.
Random fact. Did you know that Vrabel was drafted by Pittsburgh?
I did not.
And he retired a Chief? And what year was Brady drafted? 01? 2000?
I think 2000.
Then yes. Brady came, didn't play, and Vrabel was a Patriot in 2001. So Vrabel was a Patriot from 01 to 08. So all with Brady. So I mean that's cool. That's cool. How do you think the Broncos did? Did you like their draft?
I think they overpaid on one of the trades, the Riley Moss trade. I'm not huge on it. I like Riley Moss as a player. But trading a future third for this year's fourth, I don't like doing that. As far as draft value goes.
I mean, they had to get a pick, right? Like they had no picks to the third round, right?
Yeah, but they traded up. They
got that wide receiver in the second, right?
Yeah, to get Marvin Mims, which I like that one. He's a little bit steadier in my mind as far as wide receivers go than like KJ Hamler. So I like that move. I can see a future of Jerry Jeudy being the number one, Tim Patrick being the 2, and him being the 3. If Court does get dealt, like I'm kind of thinking will happen. I like that one. I don't love it, but I like it. Our third round pick, Drew Sanders. I love that pick. That's my favorite pick of our draft. I
won't fight that. I won't fight it. I'm not Joe. Just embrace it. Embrace playoff Jimmy. The Heat are obviously not the best team remaining, but I think. Well, we'll talk about NBA later. I think they definitively have the best coach remaining.
Yes, I think I agree.
I think they do. I think Spoelstra could be considered the best coach in the league. Well, Pop still exists, but Pop is not what Pop used to be.
They just have no talent on the Spurs, my dude.
But the Heat have like 8 undrafted guys.
Yes. But I think that's a testament to the scouting staff and the general manager.
In Riley, we trust.
But
yeah, we'll talk about NBA more in depth a little later.
The Riley Moss one confuses me because obviously they went out and they got JL Skinner in the 5th, which I'm not a huge fan of that one either. Number one, the reason is because he wears the number 0, and we know how I feel about the number 0 on jerseys.
Is that what he's going to wear?
That's what he wore at college.
Yeah, but have you seen the roster updates? Like I saw the Cowboys of like what their rookies are going to wear, and some of them are ugly.
I don't like it. I hope Mims gets 17. If I'm being honest, people have said, like I've seen like comparisons of like Brandon Cooks and Emmanuel Sanders for him. To me, I see him more as when the Broncos had Eddie Royal.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that idea. I just don't know how well it works in this offense, if that makes sense. But how do you feel about Maisie Smith?
If Buffalo doesn't jump them, I think Dallas gets Dalton Kincaid. That's 100% the route it was going. But I don't think Dallas loved anybody enough to trade up for. He feels a need. He does feel a need. He's not a pass rusher. Like I think he only had like half a sack his senior year or junior year or whatever, however old he is. So I mean that's nothing crazy, but that's not what we're going to ask him to do. Ask him to stop the run. Maybe maybe he's a 2-down back or 2-down player, and then we bring in the pass rushers.
Yep. I think it was a little bit of a panic pick, if I'm being honest.
Probably.
And then they doubled down on the panic pick by picking the Michigan tight end.
Shoemaker. Yeah.
There were so many better tight ends on the board, man.
They panicked. I don't even think Shoemaker is an upgrade from what they have.
I don't either.
Like Ferguson's fine, Hendershot's fine. Like Shoemaker is older, I think, than the other two.
I can't believe that the panic pick wasn't Michael Mayer. That's the part that confuses me.
I don't think they really felt like they needed a tight end. I don't understand why they did it in the 2nd round.
Yeah.
But I feel like they don't. They feel like if Dalton Kincaid was there, I 100% think they would have taken him. They would have replaced Dalton Schultz with Dalton Kincaid, and then their offense. Like I don't understand why the Bills did it, unless they have a plan to get rid of Dawson Knox. Which I know 2 tight end systems are big, but it's usually a really good one and then an average one, not necessarily 2 high-profile guys. I know there was the Aaron Hernandez Gronk thing, but I mean,
I think there's a chance that Dalton Kincaid, while Knox is there, plays the big slot,
like a Travis Kelce mold.
Yeah, I don't think he actually lines up much at tight end. I think he plays the big slot.
He's just another weapon for Josh Allen to throw an interception to.
I think that's more of what he'll do. I think they'll have the go route guy in Gabe Davis. They'll have the big slot. They'll have Diggs, and then they'll have Knox. I think that's more of what I see than them running a prototypical 2 tight end offense. Just my thoughts on it as of right now. But
I don't like you brought up Mozzie Smith and Shoemaker. Like I think Dallas. Like I know a lot of people they say things like Dallas did a bad draft. I don't think they had a bad draft. They drafted for need, and this is one year that they. I feel like they could get away with it.
Yeah.
Because they got a run stopper. They didn't need the tight end. They got another linebacker, DeMarvion Overshawn from Texas, who he's going to wear number 35. Isn't that disgusting?
He's not going to be good.
Isn't that disgusting?
He's not going to be good. He chose a bad number.
Isn't that disgusting?
Same thing I said about Nick Bonino last year. He chose number 42. He's going to be bad.
Those are disgusting numbers.
Going to be bad.
Well, 42 is not a disgusting number. What position?
Linebacker, edge rusher.
Oh, okay. Well, because my personal favorite pick of Dallas was Deuce Vaughn, and I think it's just because it was a feel good moment. Honestly, he's gonna wear number 42. So
I want so badly for Deuce Vaughn to be good. So badly.
did you see the pick?
Yeah.
Like the video of his dad, and he's like, "You want to come to work with me?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'd love that." And then
Yeah.
they were all crying and stuff. Like it was like it's a good feel good moment.
Yeah.
And he's quick little shit.
I want him to be good so bad, but like he's so little. Like,
Do you think they should have allowed him, or if Emmitt Smith would have given the blessing that they would do 22? That's what he wore. I mean, they keep the 88 legacy alive, so why not, right?
See, my thing is I don't think players should do that stuff unless the player reaches out to the retiree.
Yeah, so if Deuce Vaughn said to just
Yes.
talk to Emmitt Smith and said, "Hey,
Yes.
I would like to wear 22."
Yeah.
Because I mean, they keep 88 alive. I don't think anyone's worn 8 since Aikman. I don't think anyone's worn 12 since Staubach. I don't even think there's been a 33 since Dorsett.
Yeah, because like Phil going to TD and asking him, like, I loved that. But then there's also the part of me, like, I don't like it when somebody wears number 27 now because of Darren Williams.
Yeah. Just like anyone in Washington if they wore 21.
Yeah, I wouldn't like it. Mm-hmm. But
I didn't like when Jalen Smith wore number 9.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just.
Who had your favorite draft?
What, my favorite draft?
Yeah.
Or who did the best draft?
who had
my favorite draft?
Your favorite, and then who do you think had the best?
I think that it could be the same, actually, of who I think did the best. I know the easy pick is to say the Eagles had the best draft. I think the Eagles drafted the most names.
Yeah,
and they did a big trade, and it's so hard to grade based off of what we think, because I mean, we're judging. We're like, oh, he's a good player, but that was a reach, or he's a bad player. You dropped him in the perfect spot. Like Patrick Mahomes was considered a reach at pick 10, and like we know what he is today.
Yeah.
So we don't really know anything. My favorite pick of the draft, which I think yours is the same, Joey Porter Jr. to the Steelers.
They are my favorite draft. The Steelers are my favorite draft.
100%, mine too. That's why I said it. But the Joey Porter Jr. going to Pittsburgh, it worked. It worked for me. I also think they had the best draft.
I don't think they had the best.
Who do you have better draft?
Depends. Is Conball Sparks still in here? Because
you think you want to say the Giants?
I want to say the Giants, but I don't want to if he's in here. I like to talk trash too much.
Let me write this down real quick. 24 minutes.
Because getting Banks and getting John Michael Schmitz, oh my God, I think they did so good. Jalen Hyatt getting the speedy wide receiver, like, I think they did the best. My favorite is the Steelers, like getting Joey Porter Jr., getting that, like they did so well. I think the Giants did the best out of anybody.
Yeah. Because they had a good draft. The Eagles had a good draft too. I think the entire NFC East. I don't think the Commanders had a good draft, but I don't really.
They took Forbes, and I think I don't trust it. 160-pound corner, don't trust it.
Yeah, small guy.
Um, I I don't like that one, but the Giants getting somebody with their second round pick who was pretty regularly mocked to them
Mm-hmm.
in the first round, that's just it. It pretty much sealed the deal on what I thought the best was.
I mean, I personally, I thought Pittsburgh did really good. Giants did good too. So did the Eagles. Seattle did pretty good.
Yep.
I think getting Smith and Jigba at what 21,
20.
20. It was late in the first round,
Mhm.
and that he was the first receiver off the board.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, good compliment. I think the Seahawks wide receiver room with DK, Lockett, and Jigba is good. That's a lot of speed.
Yeah.
that's a lot.
And Jigba is
Like,
built for the slot too, so that's ideal.
you got your big physical guy, you got your over the top threat, and then you got your guy in the slot. I
Yep.
mean, and Noah Fant.
Did he sign back?
I don't know, but they also drafted. I think they draft a tight end as well.
Maybe.
I'm not. I don't remember. Oh no, they didn't. No, they didn't. But yeah, I just think there's a lot of good drafts, but I mean, we can't really know until we know, you know?
Yeah.
'Cause-
Depending how you feel about their first overall pick, like for me, I didn't feel good about him. The Tyree Wilson. I think the Raiders actually did a really good job drafting it. If you grade him highly, I didn't personally like his
we're gonna
tape
write
as
this
much as
down.
everybody else, but
20,
like
20, 27, 30 something.
them getting Michael
Joe
Mayer
compliments.
was nice.
Joe compliments Raiders.
Dude, I can be unbiased about things. I can be unbiased.
Until the season starts, right? And then
Yep.
are the Broncos playing the Raiders or the Chargers?
Yeah, absolutely. But
the Broncos could be 0-11, and the Chargers and the Raiders are undefeated, and you're like, are the Broncos playing them because they're gonna win?
Mm-hmm. Also, really like the Pats getting Christian Gonzalez.
Yeah.
He fell out of the top 10 and fell straight to the Pats is kind of annoying.
And shout out, our boys draft. Oh, I don't have that notebook right in front of me. Dang it. But Bijan going at 8 to Atlanta confused me. But I mean, it is.
I had money on it.
It still confuses me. Like I don't understand. Like
I do. Arthur Smith is the guy who designed the Titans offense.
No, I understand that one. They already had a good running back. Like now, what do they do with Corda? They have an explosive player at least, at the very least. Patterson
at 33 years old,
he's still explosive.
Yeah.
And then they just drafted Algier
in the 5th round last year. I don't think anybody's saying he's breakaway speed.
No, I don't hate the pick. It was just like I don't know.
Yeah, I in all honesty, I think the Falcons are hoping that they have a really bad season and can get either Caleb Williams or Drake May.
Also, not a sponsor, but this stuff is good.
Boys, I have a major emergency at work. I thought I was just going to have to go shut some water off, but it turns out some illegal contractors decided to dig up the water pit and broke into the main line. So I've got a lot of work ahead of me.
Oh, damn.
So I'm thinking you guys are going to have to probably restart the show when I leave.
Just leave it open the way you did, maybe.
I need my phone. That's why I came back home so I could come get my phone before I go back out there.
Close out of the browser. Don't hit end. Just close.
Try that. All right, but Hey guys.
Or take your phone with you, and then we can just have it pop in randomly. Like, hey guys, what's up? I'm working.
Yeah, check it out. These are the dudes that fucked up. But I'll try that. I'll try just to close out the browser, and I won't do anything else.
Yeah.
But hope you guys have a good rest of your show. I apologize.
You're good,
but man. It's okay. Hey, I'll give you the floor. We'll give you 5 seconds, Jimmy, real quick. Would you like to say anything about your Nuggets?
Nugs in 4, baby. We sweeping. It'll probably be 5, but Nugs in 4. Let's go, baby.
I mean, it honestly looks that way, but yeah.
But hey, I'll talk to you guys soon, though.
See you, bro.
Do you have 1 second?
Yeah.
Who was your favorite pick in the draft? Like based on where they went and everything.
Probably Will Levis.
To the Titans?
Yeah.
Solid. We both like Joey Porter Jr. to the Steelers.
Yeah. I think that's a cool pick, but I think Will Levis not having the pressure being a second rounder, having another guy there to kind of compete with him, either guy can win. I don't know.
Yeah, but he also got the short end of the stick. He got invited to day 1.
Yeah.
Got drafted in day 2.
With that being said, too, he also has nothing with the Titans. So.
we kind of talked about they didn't draft a receiver. All right, but go do what you need to do. And if you want to pop in and say hi, doing what you're doing, then that's fun too.
All right, boys.
See ya.
Nugs in 4. Hey, he didn't end the show.
Hey, it's staying going. It's staying going.
32 didn't end the show. No.
I was gonna tell him I said something nice about the Raiders.
Oh, I wrote that down. 27-30. Joe compliments Raiders. Lost my train of thought. Okay, so we were still talking NFL. I do have a little bit of XFL news. So unfortunately, Jimothy had to leave. But both of our teams lost in the championship game to go to what would be the Super Bowl. Both of our teams lost. So it would have been cool to see the Sea Dragons versus the Roughnecks. Is that who we chose? The Roughnecks?
But yeah. I don't know.
I mean, it would have been cool. And also, I don't know if you saw this, but I saw it right before we started. Ben DiNucci, Seattle quarterback, got invited to the Broncos for a tryout.
Right on.
And trust me, it's all Gucci with DiNucci. If he makes the roster, you might as well cut Russell Wilson. Just saying.
He might be a camp arm.
Potentially, but it's all Gucci with DiNucci. That's all you got. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know.
One thing I did want to say is about the NFL. Any trades you thinking are coming? Like players that are going to get moved?
The D-Hop thing is kind of weird floating out there, but Derrick Henry feels like that's still happening, but obviously it's not going to be the Eagles anymore. But if he went somewhere like Buffalo, they need a running back.
They signed Latavius Murray. They're good.
I just wonder. Part of me thinks that the Titans trading Henry, they're not trading him within the conference.
Yeah, I guess I can see that.
Of the teams that would need him would be the ones that could use him now, because it's not going to be a bottom feeder team. It's going to be a team that's ready to compete. They're going to be the Titans. I mean, the Titans. I don't think the Titans have anything anymore, but it's going to be the Titans like opponents, so to speak. Which begs the question that you brought up: the Falcons. Do you think the Falcons are maybe hoping to be bad to get Williams next year? Why would the Titans draft Levis? Like, do we actually think the Titans are going to be anything next year, especially if they get rid of Henry.
No, but it's another possibility. Keep swinging as much as
Yeah,
you
no.
can.
If they're that bad and they get a chance to get him, I'd get him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Draft a quarterback every year until you're sure you got him. Like, I mean, and sometimes you get a diamond in the rough. You get a fourth rounder like Dak, which I'm not saying Dak is untouchable. You get a Tom Brady. You get those late guys. Stephon Diggs is the 5th round pick. Sometimes you hit late on those picks, and you just gotta go with it. So you keep drafting until you know you got them.
That was the crazy thing to me for, like, I don't know, teams that traded multiple first round picks.
Did you like the Texans move?
I didn't.
You didn't like them drafting Stroud and then getting Will Anderson? Which part?
Trading next year's first.
So you didn't like the whole jump from second to third? I mean, D'Amico's got some. He got he got 2 cornerstone players in one draft.
Yeah,
Would you have liked it better if you went for Carter?
If you went for Carter, no.
Okay.
I think I just don't have any faith in any quarterback in this draft. I think if they wanted to do that and swing for the fences completely, they'd have been better off going Anthony Richardson at 2.
Which quarterback? Because obviously we have this discussion. We had it with RG3 and Andrew Luck. We had it with Goff and Wentz. Which of these quarterbacks do you think are going to be the most successful in the future of all of the ones drafted?
Define success.
Which one is the franchise quarterback?
Is Kirk Cousins a franchise quarterback?
Yes. Would you not say he is? It doesn't have to win. It doesn't have to equate to playoffs and Super Bowl success, but I mean, he's been a starter for over half a decade.
Yeah, but the guys I'm more keen on taking are guys that can, like, be the best.
Okay, so if we'll narrow the franchise down to they will compete every year for 7+ years and be competitive.
It's Bryce, and it's not that close because number one, he's a very safe quarterback. He's the safest option.
He's in the weakest division now, I think.
Weakest conference.
Well, both.
Yes. He's safe, but I also think of all of the quarterbacks that were projected first round, he has the lowest ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
I said on last week's, I believe, that I would take him first.
Mm-hmm.
But it depends on if you want to swing for the fences or not, I guess, is because I didn't like anybody but Anthony Richardson's potential to be a superstar.
Yeah.
I think Bryce Young is a very good quarterback, and I think at worst he's Kirk Cousins. At worst.
Okay.
That's fine.
Kirk Cousins is good. Kirk Cousins gets a lot of hate.
he does, but like I think that's what we're gonna see from Bryce, as long, like, barring injury, knock on wood. I don't really see a flaw in his game other than he doesn't have that, like, well, he doesn't have, like, the sheer arm talent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like Drew Brees was able to make up for his size with his accuracy and ability to sling it at.
Bryce is stone cold. He is cool, calm, and collected. That is his elite attribute.
Mm-hmm.
Which kudos, because I mean, at what, 5'9" 3/4, 5'10",
mm-hmm.
he needs that. I worry about the ability to build an offense around him on what you need to do. Like, Drew Brees went into an organization where they were really good at just making any wide receiver work, and it just being like a slant god, like Michael Thomas, what Colston, like all those guys. They were just big body guys that ran a slant, that could get it to him quick if you needed to. I don't see that person on the Panthers right now, so that worries me as far as what he can be. And I think Anthony Richardson has the potential to be a top 5 quarterback. I just think he also has the potential to be out of the league in 2 years. CJ Stroud, potential to be Kirk Cousins, potential to be Kyle Orton.
That's not a good one.
I know. I'm not super impressed with CJ Stroud. And I think that's why I'm against the Will Anderson trade up. Because, I love Will Anderson.
So would you have liked it better if they just took Anderson with 2?
Yes. I would have liked it better if they took
Richardson.
Anthony Richardson and Will Anderson. I'd have preferred that. Because then they're taking a swing, at the fence, not something.
The safe pick, so to speak.
Yeah. I don't see the upside with Stroud. I just don't.
I gotcha. Well, I mean, last week was the Rodgers move, right?
Yes.
And this week we got Lamar. Well,
I think Lamar was right before our pod last week.
Was it?
I think so.
Because I thought it happened during the draft, or right before the draft.
Right.
Because we did it on Tuesday.
Oh yeah. Yep. You're right.
So
You're right.
I mean, but they've both both dominoes have fallen. So now we can stop talking about it. Well, I feel like we did talk about Lamar last.
See, that's what I'm saying. I thought we did.
I don't remember. It's been a long week.
All I know is I don't know what's going to happen with the Broncos, because there was a trade in the works with Baltimore and the Broncos for Cortland, but then they signed OBJ.
Oh, yeah.
So
and
I don't know.
Drafted Flowers.
Zay Flowers, yeah.
I mean, they're okay. They're finally. It's something for Lamar, right?
Yeah.
It's something other than Mark Andrews.
And you've heard about the Philadelphia Bulldogs. Have you heard about the Los Angeles Horned Frogs?
Oh, because they drafted Duggan and their wide receiver.
Both wide receivers.
Oh, there you go. I actually saw this. You tell me. I don't know if you saw this or see what you think of it. So, when Drew Brees was on the Chargers, he hurt his shoulder.
Yeah.
And then they drafted, or Drew Brees had shoulder surgery, and they drafted Phillip Rivers. We know what happened. Drew Brees got traded. They moved on with Phillip Rivers. Justin Herbert had a shoulder injury, and I'm pretty sure just had a slight clean up shoulder surgery, and then they drafted Max Duggan. So wouldn't it be the most Chargers thing in the world if Herbert ends up somewhere else and wins the Super Bowl?
Yes, I'm here for it. Charger's going to Charger.
I mean, hey, if the Packers can get 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks, win 1 Super Bowl, and that quarterback win multiple MVPs, and then they end up getting traded to the Jets, in the same exact time frame, do we have to start saying Packers going to Packer? They're going to win the 1 Super Bowl every 20 years, which, I mean, that's fine, right? But to have almost 40 uninterrupted years of Hall of Fame quarterback play, You can make the argument for 2 top 5 quarterbacks of all time. Do I think Favre is? No, I don't even know if I think Rodgers is right now. At this moment in time, I don't know, but it's arguable.
Mm-hmm.
But there is without no doubt, they both are top 5 in touchdowns scored. That's without a doubt. There's no debate on that. Favre has 522 total, not just passing, and Rodgers I think is at 510 total.
Mm-hmm.
So that's without a doubt. So over almost 1,000 touchdowns. Well, not obviously all as a Packer, but still like almost 1,000 touchdowns in 2 Hall of Fame quarterback careers, 7 MVPs between both of them, and only 2 Super Bowls. That is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, would you take that? Would you take that? If you could have 40 uninterrupted Hall of Fame quarterback play, 7 MVPs, and 2 Super Bowls, would you take that for 40 years?
No.
You know what's even worse?
What?
Is we're both old enough to have seen most of Favre and all of Rodgers.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And honestly, I think the only part we really missed because we were young, was Favre in Atlanta.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I
Guaranteed
don't
2
see it
Super
with Jordan
Bowls.
Love. I don't see it with Jordan Love.
Hey, Packers gonna Packer.
Yeah.
If he wins a Super Bowl, it's gonna be not this year. What was it, 30 years starting? So 2 more years. Packers and Super Bowl. What would that
I
be?
don't think he makes it that long. I don't think he does.
I don't think so either. But wouldn't that be wild though?
It would be.
So 2 more years until Rodgers is in Minnesota.
Oh God.
If Rodgers goes to Minnesota, they might actually have a shot.
See, I don't know because I think Dalvin's going to get dealt.
Yeah.
There's apparently been a trade lined up that he's been it's been lined up for him to be dealt. I don't know who or what the details are, but I saw that post or somewhere that they've had a trade lined up for a week, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I also saw, or maybe we can wrap up NFL and talk some NBA. I also saw potentially Fournette to Dallas. I don't know how I feel about it. But
he's talented. He's talented, but like, is he more talented than Zeke?
I honestly think I would rather, we talked about it last week, I think I would rather have Zeke come back for like that leadership type thing. Because he is a vocal guy. Him and Dak are still best friends. Like, let's just take down his carries a little bit. Let's use him like the Lions used Jamal Williams last year.
Yeah.
Get Zeke 18 touchdowns, like, and Pollard can have 1,700 yards. Like, whatever.
I don't know what the Cowboys are doing because they lost the division like stranglehold when they stopped focusing on the line. I don't know.
Well, they only lost last year by 1 game.
Yeah, but they what happened to them the years of them just drafting offensive linemen galore?
They had like 8 deep, like 8 deep.
I think they need to do it again. Who's your guys' left guard?
It was McGovern. But McGovern, I believe, is on the Bills now.
So I think
it might end up being Tyler Smith.
But then who's your right tackle?
Tyron. They're going to move Tyron to right. and I believe Jason Peters is coming back. Jason Peters was left guard in the playoffs, so they might have Jason Peters as left guard and
Okay.
Tyler as left. So the line would be Tyler, Peters, B.O.I.S, Martin, Tyron. Because Tyron is to the point where his back's not, he can't hold up on that left side.
I mean, I don't think he can hold up on the right side.
Well, that's why they gave up. They really restructured his contract to basically, like, if he doesn't do good or he gets hurt, they can cut him or let him go at the end of the year for like nothing.
The only like above average offensive lineman you guys have anymore is Zach Martin.
B.O.I.S was pretty good.
He's average. I said above average. The only above average one you guys have is Zach Martin.
Yeah.
And you used to have an entire offensive line of above average.
Frederick retiring was a huge blow that they haven't really recovered from.
Well, because you had Frederick, you had Tyron in his heyday, you had Martin, you had Lyle Collins, you had like your offensive line was so good, and then they just stopped.
I mean, I still think they're like top 10, which is still pretty good, but not like they were last year. They played very well together, considering the injuries they went through. They played very well. So maybe like because Zach Martin's a good leader too. That's not the only thing. Like he's very vocal,
awesome.
Very vocal, and I didn't want to talk about this. Did you see that Micah Parsons is currently bulking up to play defensive end full time?
Are they switching to a 4-3?
I don't know.
I don't like that. That's wild to me.
Yeah, I don't know unless they're gonna, because from what I understand, Overshawn is like he's very hybrid-y, kind of like Jaron Curse, where he can like linebacker, but he can also cover, stop the run, fly around, and they're gonna have a bunch of guys back there with Dan Quinn going crazy. But I don't know if moving Micah. I mean, if he moves the defensive end, I think there's a better shot of winning Defensive Player of the Year. Or just if he just stays at one position, I should say. Which I don't know if he bulks up. Like, is he going to lose his speed? Is he going to lose his?
I mean, he'd for sure lose a step, at least.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to see what their definition of bulk up is. But I saw that earlier too. I'm not a huge fan of that. I like Micah being everywhere because it keeps the offense honest when you have your best defensive player everywhere.
Yeah.
You're able to move it around. Like I know TJ moves around a lot, but he's considered an edge rusher, which you consider him a D lineman, a DN?
Who's that?
TJ. Would you consider him a stand-up DN? Just kind of move everywhere, or you consider him an outside linebacker?
I'd consider him an outside linebacker.
Well, maybe that's what they mean with Micah.
Yeah, maybe.
I guess we'll just have to wait. I don't like the idea of him bulking up 20, 30 pounds because, I mean.
Yeah, it depends how much they mean by bulking up. He could be bulking up as like 5 pounds.
Yeah. Who knows?
I really don't like that. I don't like that you told me that. Because I appreciate good defensive play. I appreciate good defensive play. So I
didn't think I felt when I saw that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's crazy to me, in all honesty.
And let's see, I'm double checking something. So right now, the Cowboys do not have for sure left guard at this moment in time.
Okay. I didn't think so.
Because McGovern is on the Bills now, but yeah. I can't think. No trades. Oh, Randall Cobb is a Jet. I don't know if you saw that.
I did not.
He's officially a Jet.
They signed the 73-year-old right on.
74 this year.
My bad. Got the years mixed up.
The New York Packers are looking pretty good. We got the New York Packers and we got the Las Vegas Patriots. Patriots West and Packers North. It's crazy.
I don't get it.
Yeah, it's crazy. But I guess, I mean, the only thing we really have left is NBA playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, and if you wanted to, we can still do the draft that I messaged you and just do it for fun instead of a blindside. It doesn't matter to me. But
I don't really care either way, to be honest.
did you know? I don't know if you saw this. I did. Did you know that this is the first year in the history of the NBA that there is one team from every seed in the second round?
I did.
There is a 1 seed, a 2 seed, a 3 seed, a 4 seed, a 5 seed, 6 seed, 7 seed, 8 seed.
I did.
You did see that?
Yep.
That is insane.
It is.
In the entire history, that's crazy.
It is. I just think it's going to make the playoffs less enjoyable. If I'm being honest.
Maybe.
Because, like, I just don't have a good feeling about any upset being pulled off.
Other than the ones that have already happened.
Yeah.
So what do you consider an upset, though? Seeding?
I guess.
Did you consider New York beating the Cavaliers an upset, even though Cleveland was the 4 seed?
I did because I picked the Cavs to win it. But it was close. I don't. I think this is very much like the NFL playoffs, where I don't think there's a whole lot of contenders. I think there's a lot of pretenders.
So who you still taking Boston?
I'm still thinking Boston over the Nuggets.
I mean, Nuggets haven't lost yet. No, they did drop one, didn't they? Yeah, they dropped one to Minnesota. They look really good. Miami dropped their second game, which I don't know if you watched it, but there was some fuckery going on at the end of that game.
I didn't. I could see a world in which the Heat make the finals. I don't have a good feeling about it.
I envision that world. I honestly, you know how in what was that, the LeBron stare, was that 2012, 2013?
13, I think.
Yeah, with that LeBron stare, I feel like we just had that moment, and if you can look it up on your own, or I can maybe send it to you. Jimmy Butler did not play in Game 2 against the Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
The Heat had 84 points combined by their undrafted guys, which is the most ever.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the Heat only lost by like 5.
Mm-hmm.
And without Jimmy, without Hero, without Oladipo, Max Strus got hurt and was out for a little bit. But the Heat are better than the Knicks.
Yes.
And I confidently say that.
They have a better roster.
Yes. And a better coach.
Yes.
The look Jimmy Butler had after the game, it wasn't like a stare. It was kind of just like a chuckle. Like he knows. Like it was like one of those things. Like when we're talking about playoff Jimmy, we're talking about like he's about to put up a 40 burger or a 50 burger, and it just looks natural.
Yep.
And I feel like for Game 3, it's going to be, which Game 3 isn't happening until Saturday.
Yeah, there is a long break in between games here.
So Jimmy Butler is going to get basically a full week to rest that ankle. And I don't know. You should. I'll have to send you the video after, because he was just kind of just smiling, just. Mhm.
I mean, it's because the Knicks aren't that good.
Yeah. And oh well. So I know we picked the series outside of the pod,
Mm-hmm.
but I figure out why not make it officially on the pod.
Officially official.
Officially official. It's like a Facebook relationship. It's not official until it's on Facebook or Twitter.
Oh, dang.
Like it's the I mean, I picked Miami in 6, which honestly I wouldn't be surprised if it's in 5. Miami wins both at home and then closes out in New York. But realistically, I think they're going to win both at home. The Knicks are going to get one back, and then they'll close it out at home.
Yeah. I too picked the Heat in 6. And what did Jimmy do? I don't remember.
I think he's insane. He has all this written down.
Yeah. I don't remember.
Yeah, we all picked the Heat. I'm pretty sure. I picked Boston in 7.
I picked Boston in 5.
But after seeing Game 1, I'm gonna have to see what Game 2 looks like. But after seeing Game 1, I would feel pretty confident that the Sixers could close it out if they get what they're referring to as Houston Harden right now. Which also, Harden's known for crumbling in the playoffs or whatnot. But after they won, well, first off, he hit a hell of a shot to take the lead and basically seal the game. And then after the game, everyone was all hyped up, and Harden was just standing there like, "Hey, it's Game 1." Like, I don't know, Harden seems locked in. So, and they won without Embiid, and then they get Embiid back.
Do you want a score update of Game 2?
Sure.
100-71.
Boston. Yeah, I figured Boston would win Game 2.
Yeah. I'm sticking with Boston. Boston's so good.
No, I still think Boston's going to win. I'm just saying with the way Philadelphia won Game 1.
Yeah.
Then Denver and Phoenix. I'm pretty sure I said Denver in 6, but now I'm thinking Denver in 4.
What did I say? 5, I think.
I might have said 5 too. I don't remember. I know I picked Denver.
I know I picked the Nuggets. I just don't know how soon I picked them.
I think Kevin Durant could have one game and do like a 45-50 burger and still win at home.
Yeah.
But I think.
Yeah, I picked Nuggets in 5.
Yeah. They have no depth.
Jokic is dominating, dude.
Yeah, but the Suns also have no depth.
Yeah, I was saying that this last week.
I'm like, if Kawhi doesn't get hurt, if Paul George isn't hurt, like, do the Suns beat the Clippers? Russell Westbrook kept that series close.
I picked the Clippers. I picked the Clippers to beat them.
The Suns won in 5 games, but like it was closer than what that shows. But,
yeah.
And what? Sorry.
No, I have no faith in the Suns until they actually build a bench. It's what I should have seen coming as a Heat fan back when we originally got the Big 3, that we actually had no shot because we had no bench that first year.
And then the next year we picked up people and we had some role players, got the Mike Millers and the Shane Battiers.
Yep.
And a Birdman. But that's what it takes sometimes. Like maybe Phoenix can fix it up. And
well, I don't know that CP3 is back next year.
Think he's done?
Yeah.
Maybe. But I think a full season with Durant and Booker and maybe some role players because they still have Cam.
Yeah.
He's young. Aiton's young. Like maybe with a reduced role, he can come back like a Haslam role. Like
Haslam played a different style of game though.
Haslam also doesn't really play. He's just kind of there. But I mean, you think Paul could do a Kawhi season? Maybe play 50?
Maybe. I would if we're doing that, I'm honestly only playing him like 30 in the regular season. I'm trying to save everything I can for the playoffs.
That's fair. And then the last one is the old man battle.
Yes.
The Lakers versus the Warriors. I picked Lakers in 6 regardless. I picked it before the Warriors won. I don't see the Warriors having an answer for Anthony Davis at all.
That's
and that
fair.
was very, very, very evident in game 1.
That's fair. I picked the Warriors in 6. I thought if the Kings won, that the Lakers would win it, but with the Warriors being there, I'm sticking with the Warriors in 6. I know they lost game 1, but still.
They lost game 1 when they made 23.
Yeah.
That's the first time they've ever lost a game at home. Making that because that's how dominant the Lakers were in the paint. They have no answer. The Lakers were legitimate, and they might as well just build a house. How much they were in the paint?
Yeah.
What's easier, layups or threes? Like the threes add up quicker, but I mean, you get six easy layups. That's 12 points.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like the only reason why that game was close is because Golden State made 23s.
Yeah.
Which that could happen. That could happen. They're Golden State. We expect it. So yeah. And then there were 8. Which playoffs do you think is more exciting in terms of like upsets and matchups and stuff like that?
Hockey playoffs over everything.
Yeah. I mean, they've been interesting for sure. I mean, I'm just glad that yes, the Lightning lost, and yes, the Avalanche lost, but neither one of us lost as bad as the Bruins. You can't be. You can't have the best record and blow a 3-1 lead in the first round.
Well, you can. They just showed us that you can. But
well, yeah. No, I'm saying like
you shouldn't. You shouldn't.
You
Absolutely, you should not.
You should.
You should be able to seal that deal. But you
Yeah.
know, it happens, I guess.
3-1 lead with 2 games at home to close it out.
Yep.
But that just proves in every sport, momentum is a hell of a drug.
Absolutely.
In every single sport. It's the Giants, when they won their Super Bowl, they weren't the best teams. They were just the hottest. Like, I don't even think I could tell you, looking back in the Giants, if they were actually better than any team that they played.
I don't know that they were.
They were just, that front 4 was unstoppable.
Yeah. That defensive line was stacked.
Unstoppable. And they didn't have to blitz.
No,
that's what made that so incredible. Which, wait, I gotta make sure Conball's not in here.
Yeah. And the like crazier thing is you can't double everybody.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times if there's a really good pass rusher, like they get double teamed. But you can't double everybody on that defensive front. So
and you couldn't, and they can still, you double Strahan, then Umanura is getting back there. You double Umanura, then Strahan. You double both, then Tuck is cleaning it up. Like they just had so many, like, and that 4th guy, I know they rotated, but like you could have, it didn't really matter.
Yeah,
it was crazy, but Do you want to do the draft? Just do 5?
We
You can pull it up real quick.
but I might need to step away for like a split second because I don't know if you can tell, but my nose, I'm about to sneeze. So I need to go blow my nose. So I will be right back.
Okay, I'll
If you
give
wanna
5
rant
seconds
about
to
something.
James. Ah. Good evening. Sorry. I'm gonna Google some inspirational speech right now, and then I'm gonna read it. This is going to be very moving, so I just want you to know. I agree. Okay. I don't know what to say, really. 3 minutes, the biggest battle of our professional lives. It all comes down to today. Either we heal as a team, or we're going to crumble, inch by inch, play by play, till we're finished. We are in hell right now, gentlemen. Believe me. And we can stay here and get the shit kicked out of us, or we can fight our way back into the light. We can climb out of hell 1 inch at a time. Now, I can't do it for you. I'm too old. I look around, I see these young faces, and I think, I made every wrong choice a middle-aged man can make, and I've pissed away all my money. Believe it or not, I chased off everyone who's ever loved me, and lately, can't even stand the face I see in the mirror. You know, when you get old in life, things get taken from you. I mean, that's a part of life. But you only learn when you start losing stuff. Find out that life is this game of inches. So is football. Either in game, life, or football, the margin for error is so small. I mean, 1/2 a step too late or too early, you don't quite make it. 1/2 second too slow, too fast, you don't quite catch it. The inches we need are all around us, everywhere. They're in every break of the game, every minute, every second. And on this team, we fight for that inch. On this team, we tear ourselves and everyone else around us to pieces for that inch. We claw with our fingernails for that inch because we know when we add up all these inches, that's going to make the difference between, or I'm sorry, that's going to make the fucking difference between winning and losing and between living and dying. And I'll tell you this, in any fight, it's the guy who's willing to die who's going to go win that inch. And I know if I'm going to have any life anymore, it's because I'm willing to fight and die for that inch. Because that's what living is. It's 6 inches right in front of your face. Now, I can't make you do it. You got to look at the guy next to you. Look into his eyes. And I think you're going to see a guy who's willing to go that inch with you. You're going to see a guy who will sacrifice himself for the team because he knows when it comes down to it. You're going to do the same for him. That's a team, gentlemen. And either we heal now as a team or we will die as individuals. That's football, guys. That's all it is. Now, what are you going to do? Let Jimmy cook.
Talk about inches of the guy next to you, and I'm a little bit concerned, but
Well, just because Jimothy's not here doesn't mean we can't do.
good,
And
better,
just for
best. Never rest till your good is better and your better is best. James had some quotes, things, so I just went with good old Timmy D because why not? It's a fun time. Also, look at what Jimmy gave me. Isn't this great? Isn't this great? Yeet. Yeet. This is really loud.
I was testing your headset.
And I have it turned down. I can turn it way up.
So this was going to be our blindside draft. We were going to do it for Jimothy. And actually, you know what we should do?
What's up?
We should do it and do the blindside next week and draft the exact same guys just to see if he watched the rest of it.
Oh, just see if he pays attention.
Yeah, just to see if he watches the rest of it.
Oh, okay.
Do you think he will?
No, not a chance. Not a chance. So
Okay.
are we not going to say what it is then too?
I feel like it's funnier if we say what it is.
Okay.
So we're going to draft undrafted football players of all time. Just whoever we want, undrafted. How do you feel about me rolling this die to see who goes first?
Go for it.
Even or odd?
Evens.
All right, so you get 2 through 20 evens, and I get 1 through 19 odds.
Let's go.
All right, are you going to trust me to tell you, or
Yep, sure.
it was 7?
You go first.
Okay. Kurt Warner.
Damn.
Doesn't
Damn.
he have to be number 1, though? In this specific draft?
I mean, probably. I'm gonna go with Night Train Lane though. As 2.
Okay. As my should we write these down?
I can, yeah. Let me open up my notes.
Okay, that's fine. So Kurt Warner 1-1. You said Night Train Lane.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize it had the music on. Let me stop that. Okay, with my second pick, give me Antonio Gates.
Ooh. You went Gates. And I'm gonna go with Warren Moon.
Okay. I think a lot of people, at least the younger people for sure, don't even know who this guy is. I think he is one of those guys that kind of was overlooked. Like people know him, but they don't really know him. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Priest Holmes with my third pick.
I love that pick. One of my favorite Chiefs of all time. Not the favorite, but one of.
Mm-hmm.
With my third pick, I'm gonna go with John Randall.
Okay.
I feel like that's a pretty solid one. I love me some good John Randall.
So just to give the special team some love, give me the greatest kicker of all time, Adam Vinatieri.
Adam Vinatieri.
Was that McAfee drafted?
I don't know if he was or not. With my fourth pick, I'm going to go with Rod Smith.
Okay. I'm Googling if he was drafted. He was drafted in the 7th round. All right, with my final pick, I'm going to take a pick close to home. It's my quarterback. It'll be Tony Romo.
And
It's my quarterback.
with my last pick, I'm gonna go with Chris Harris Jr.
Love it. Love it.
Go with
Do you
two
think-
Broncos that ended up to see if he can actually figure it out.
Do you think there was enough obvious ones that he could figure it out? Assuming he doesn't watch.
Assuming he doesn't watch, I think Kurt Warner's
obvious. And Romo is not another big one.
Kurt Warner's obvious. Romo's obvious. And then my last two are kind of like giveaways as far as like he's a Broncos fan.
Because they're Broncos, yeah. I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
Be my rough estimate.
Yeah. So just a quick reminder, at 27 minutes, 30 seconds, so approximately an hour ago, Joe complimented the Raiders.
Yeah.
But
I also said, barring their first pick, because I did not like their first pick.
yeah, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Well, I think we already have Timothy's picks. Oh, we didn't pick the NHL playoffs.
Oh, that's true. Meh. We don't have Jimmy's picks for that either, so
That's fine. So I think pretty solid hour without Jimothy. I think that's when he left. I don't know. I don't even know. But it's unfortunate. Hopefully he gets his shit done.
Asta.